All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another live stream. Maybe, possibly, we'll see. Uh, see how this goes. And happy Easter to all of you guys. If you celebrate Easter Sunday. Very cool, man. So let me know if you guys are up to anything different, anything cool. It's about 9:35 right now Eastern time. So for anybody who doesn't have AMC Premiere, AMC Plus that's subscribed, I imagine you're probably watching Here's Negan right now. So if you're watching that, enjoy it. Did the review a couple days ago for it. Looks like we got some people who are mentioning Fear. And so Fear also premiered this week. I was surprised that they released Fear a week early on Premiere, because that's quite a bit. And but if they have 8 or 9 episodes, then that could be why. Well, I don't want to spoil anything for Fear for you, C. Benny. It sounds like Clammy, PSN, Cyberpunk already watched it. The mid-season premiere for Fear also today, or also released now. So very cool. And man, it's a surprising one, that's for sure. I won't give away too much here until maybe later on. But happy Easter. We got Jen's Closet Gems there. So happy Easter to you, Jens. And happy Easter to all of you guys. We're back in lockdown here in Ontario. So I'm in Ontario, Canada. And we're back in lockdown again. They just announced it on Friday. It's a 1-month emergency lockdown. So they're doing it again. This is, I guess, the third. This is the third full-on lockdown that we've had. So where it's like grocery stores are open, reduced capacity, and then all the other stores that are non-essential closed. So they panicked and they pulled the lockdown lever on Friday. So pretty crazy stuff. The weather's getting better here too. So that's nice to see, but definitely I'm surprised that we're back in lockdown already. And hopefully it doesn't last too long. Hopefully it's a 1-month lockdown this month for us here. And yeah, you're right, Anthony. People, if it happened in the States, people would go crazy. That's true. Hey, Guts, how you doing? Jens is in Texas. Very cool. Congratulations that you guys are in a place that really honors freedom. Where I live, I don't know if it's because of the everybody getting the healthcare coverage or whatnot, but they said that the emergency rooms are stacked. I think there was over 420 or something like that. So they decided to pull the lockdown lever. So that's what they did. So it's what it is. I guess the ER room, the amount of people is similar to what it was at in January. So that's why they pulled the lockdown lever again, which is it's quite unfortunate. But you can't keep pulling the lockdown lever forever. That's the thing. Like, you can't keep shutting it down. So if we've got 420 or whatever people in the whole province, it's like, man, it's not that much. So I'm happy for you guys, all you guys who live somewhere where you're open and everything like that. That's good, because you can't just keep doing consistent lockdowns all the time. Jay sent through the first super chat. Thanks, Jay. You don't always have to do that. You can just send the questions, or I'll include them, man. But thanks for all your support and everything. So thank you, man. I do appreciate it. And yeah, that's true. We were talking earlier about, so one season left for Walking Dead now, 24 episodes left. But we do have Fear as well. We do have World Beyond second season. We have the movies coming. So we got lots of great stuff coming. So definitely we'll keep right on going. And what did you think of this episode, Jay? I'm trying to for Fear, I'm trying to sort of avoid spoilers, but you can send through a comment here. Give us your thoughts on what you thought of this Fear episode. I was surprised, man, because you messaged me before I watched it, and then after I watched it, I was like, wow, that is interesting. That's for sure. Yeah, man, it's crazy. I think it's because, how do I say this without ruining for anybody? Army of the Dead is coming up soon, and he's going to be in Army of the Dead. So I'm thinking that maybe the reason why they did that for the mid-season finale is because he's going to go do that movie or whatever, and maybe they didn't want him to be in Walking Dead universe and then also in Army of the Dead, that type of movie at the same time. So that's what I'll say. That's what I thought when I saw it. I was like, maybe that's why they did. But it was a pretty good twist and everything. Yeah, so yeah, well, he is going to be in it, so I know that's for sure. He's listed on it and everything. So then I was thinking, well, if he's listed for that, then that might be why what they did in this episode of Fear. But I don't want to spoil anything for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. Some people might be watching it now, maybe or soon. So I don't want to wreck it for anybody. Hey Jeff, how you doing, man? How's everything going? What'd you guys think about Here's Negan? We posted the review a couple of days ago for Here's Negan. I thought it was really good. I thought it was extremely well done. Pretty much as good as you could possibly do given the set of circumstances. And I just hope that the last season 11, is like that. I hope that season 11 episodes turn out like Here's Negan, or at least we get a few of those types of episodes that are really that good in Here's Negan for the last season that are as good as Here's Negan, or as good as it was. You guys celebrate Easter today in the States too, don't you? Isn't that right? It's the same day. Yeah, 10 out of 10. I agree, Jay. Absolutely. For sure. So Robert said that he cried during this episode, had to get fresh air outside, had to take a walk. So, Rob, are you talking about, I think you're talking about the Fear episode, right? Are you talking the Fear episode, or are you talking Here's Negan? Which one are you referring to there that you cried during? Almost both. Very, very surprising episode of Fear the Walking Dead for sure. Charlie Vegas said, doesn't Negan's new movie come out today, Unholy? And is it today? Is that when Unholy releases? It could be. I don't have the date written down for JDM's new movie, Unholy, but I want to check it out. Is it, do you know if it's where it's showing? Is it going to be streaming there, Charlie? JDM's new movie? Let me see. Unholy. So that's what the movie's called. But some cinemas are open. So it looks like it is showing at some cinemas. Release date April 2nd. Certainly where I live, the movies will be closed. That's for sure. It looks like he did a Twitter Q&A. That's cool. For the movie that's going to be hitting soon here. So yeah, so it sounds like it's, let's see, yeah, April 4th. So yeah, so it is out. The Unholy is out. The review scores for The Unholy with JDM in it, not that good. Looks like 33% Rotten Tomatoes, 36% Metacritic, 5.4 out of 10 IMDb for Negan, JDM's next movie, The Unholy. So, it could be kind of cool. Maybe check it out if you guys want to, and see what you think. If your movie theaters are open, that is. So, it's good. Epic Zombie Killer said, hey, Trev, I don't want The Walking Dead to end. I'm going to be sad watching season 11. I know, Epic. Yeah. I'm the same way, dude. I feel exactly, Epic Zombie Killer, I feel exactly the same way. That's what I was telling Jay, is like excited for the last season, excited for season 11, but at the same time am kind of sad because, the series has been on so many years, it's been on so long. So it's just sad to finally see it, come down to the ending. But there will be other stuff after that. There will be the movies. There will be spinoff. There will be other series they do after. And so, we'll keep on going. We'll keep on ticking along. So how many of you guys have seen the Fear episode at this point? And when are they airing it on non-premiere? Somebody type that through to me and let me know, because I'm not even sure. There was the article about JDM canceling his purchase of a Tesla, and so Diana Rady said, "What, Trev? Why do people spend that much money on a car? That's just stupid. A car is a car." I don't know what the deal is with Tesla. A car, like why people like them so much. I understand the environmentalism stuff and all that stuff, but I don't know. They certainly do look nice. but somehow Tesla has sort of become the new Lambo or the new, like it car, right? So for people to want to get. So let's see. um, Guts said, "Hey Trev, have you heard about YouTube disabling dislikes?" Well, I know that there's the White House channel, which is getting a lot of dislikes, and so I wonder if if that has something to do with that. But it's true that with respect, Guts, to culture creation, if you allow people to see what people like and what they don't like, it makes it tricky. It's kind of like, okay, let's do it this way. Like if you go to watch a Tonight Show or something like that, and they have kind of the laugh light, like back in I don't know if they still have these, but like way back when you'd watch a sitcom or you'd watch a show live, could be a Friends or something, or a Tonight Show or something, and they'd have like a light at the top where it would tell the audience when they're supposed to laugh, like when something's supposed to be cool and when it's not, when something's supposed to be funny and when it's not. And so this way they can kind of control the audience. And it's well known in psychology that if you can control the herd, if you can control the masses, or at least a section, the others will conform and follow along with them. So with disabling the dislike on YouTube, I think it's stupid, because I think if we publish something, like if we're content creators, if we publish something that sucks, I always leave mine open. I don't think I've ever turned off the like or dislike bar. I don't think I ever have, because people should be able, if they don't like what you're posting, to tell you, hey, we don't like it, man. And then you can look at the dislike ratio. And if you see a 70% dislike, 80%, 90% dislike ratio, obviously it means the audience doesn't like it. So why they would want to do that is, I think, kind of obvious, at least for certain parties, particularly in the United States right now. I just think it's obvious. I just laugh at it because I think it's like, it's what it is, because that's what it comes down to. If you just naturally let people do whatever they want and like whatever they want to like, you can't mold the culture. So culture creation, you have to control the presentation of how people feel about it. So, an example could be if you had a certain act or group or show or something, and you had them go to a TV event or something, by controlling the audience and making it seem like the audience is really crazy for this new act or this new show or whatever, will send through that presentation, and other people will be like, oh, it's really good. Everybody likes it. I like it too. And that's how they get you, because they know that most people will conform to whatever the herd likes, and so they'll do the same thing. So disabling the dislike bar, if you're going to do social engineering on the internet, you're going to have to gear the results. You can't allow people to actually honestly tell you what they think, so then they can go their own route. You have to manage that. You have to adjust it, and you have to get the laugh button, the laugh light at the top. Like, you're supposed to like this now. Now you're supposed to like this. Oh, I am. Okay. Then everyone watching at home hears that. They think, oh, it is funny. Ha ha ha. Right. So that's how it goes. So it doesn't surprise me at all whatsoever, Guts. Yeah, it's totally expected. Liquor Beaver sent through a super chat. Thank you, Liquor Beaver. Are you Beaver? That's a good name. I like that. Liquor Beaver. Killed. Oh, he said killed in an uncreative way. Boo. So he didn't like it. So Liquor Beaver, I won't spoil because I know not everybody has seen it yet, but Liquor Beaver didn't like it. And I understand, man. Like when I watched it too, I'm still thinking about it. I posted the review earlier, and honestly, I think I gave the Fear mid-season premiere a 6 out of 10 because I just don't know how I feel about it. I guess I understand if he has to leave or something, I get it. I understand why they would do it. If he has to go to other projects or he's got a better opportunity or something, then that makes sense. But I don't think you would naturally just do that. Like as a writer, you would just do that naturally because he's such a fan favorite and everything that I don't know why you'd want to do that. It was a bit strange. I don't know if I liked it, but it's there, so you can watch it. Ray Studio says, hey, Trev, did you get a chance to check out my podcast? So sorry, Ray, I haven't had a chance to do it yet. because Here's Negan was this week, and because we have this episode here, those were at the top of my priority list, was trying to get those done. And so I didn't get a chance yet. But everybody check out Ray's podcast. Very cool stuff. And Ray, post in the chat and leave a comment on the video after for your link again to your podcast, so everybody can go ahead and check it out. And thanks for your support and everything. Hope it's going well with you and that you're not getting any heat or anything, depending on what topics you cover. Let's see. Epic Zombie Killer said, "Hey Trev, here's hoping Walking Dead gets a better ending than Game of Thrones." So I hope so too. That's for sure. I think it will. I think that's safe to say. Jeff said people will be walking and using bicycles very soon. Haha, the elites will have cars by 2025, 2030. Don't worry about the cars. They're not made for us. So it's what's going on right now. Well, certainly with us being locked down here again in Ontario, I just have to ask, like, this is just a start. Just 2 days, they announced it on Friday, so we haven't had a business day yet. And I'm okay because I'm still able to work and do my stuff and fulfill my schedule and everything. And it doesn't really impact me that much aside from like leisure time going to stores. But for people that have a store or that work locally at like a shop who deal with the public, whatever, these constant lockdowns over and over again, it's going to be bad for them, man. That's for sure. So I'm happy for you guys in the States. You don't have to deal with any of that craziness. I'm really surprised they're doing it here again. But I feel like as a Canadian, people here are pretty squeamish. We're kind of wimps, actually. It's not a good thing. Like sometimes I understand being cautious, being careful, whatever. But I feel like we're too cautious. We're like to our own detriment. Like if you're shutting it down again, it's like, it's like spring season's here. It's been nice out lately. The sun's out and everything, and it's really getting nice now. And you shut it down again for another month. It's like, okay, well, May. If you're shutting down in May, it's like, just shut it down forever. You might as well just shut it down forever. Forget it. You might as well shut it down forever because it's like, what you can do that forever. It's like if you're going to be scared because of some reason, then you're going to lock it down. It's like, oh, this number, lock it down. It's like, why don't you hire more people or figure it out? Infinite lockdowns are not going to work. So that's what it is. Okay, so let's see here what we got. Epic Zombie Killer said The Walking Dead Season 11 is going to premiere on August 22nd, 2021. Oh, is it in August? Okay. Well, that's actually awesome. If The Walking Dead's final season starts in August 22nd, if that's true, Epic Zombie Killer, then that's a good date for start because it's near the end of the summer. We'll get to see this half of Fear in the next month or two, which will be great. So I think that's good. A little bit of break for summertime, and then we start at the end of the summer, and we go kind of straight through. Let's see. Lulu said, I've straight up told Trev and other YouTubers I didn't dig a video, and Trev actually liked my comment. Got to hear your audience learn. Yeah, you have to. If you disable, Lulu, if you disable the thumbs down, people can't tell you what they like or what they don't like. But that's if you're doing it in an honest, straightforward fashion and trying to do it right and give people what they want rather than tell them what they're supposed to want, which is what the elites do. They kind of tell you what you're supposed to want through the media and everything. So that's how they do it. So yeah, so how you're supposed to think, that's like communism. That's like what communism is. Communism is just, in worldwide communism, which we might see here in our lifetime if things continue this way, is like, we tell you when you can work. We tell you what your hobbies are going to be. We tell you who you're supposed to like, what you're supposed to like, what you're not supposed to like. We have political correctness, which tells us what you're allowed to say, what you're not allowed to say, censorship, everything else, like, total communism, total control. Absolutely. So, Dylan, Dylan on fluoride. I think I probably got some fluoride here, I think. I'm pretty sure, yeah. So I don't know how I feel about that one. I don't know if it really makes that much of a difference. Wolverine's Canadian. That's right, Jeff. That's why Wolverine is one of my favorite comic characters. He's one of the only, we don't have that many like superheroes that are Canadian, and Wolverine is one. So I like Wolverine too also. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like Daryl is like the Walking Dead's Wolverine kind of in some ways. I think so. So MGTV, that's what they want. If you read, am I supposed to say? Right. Klaus Schwab's book, The Great Reset. So he has a book. I had the book. I gave it to my sister because I didn't want it anymore on the Great Reset. That's what they want. They want to merge the post-industrial world. They want to merge with the communistic angle. So universal basic income, I don't know, and everything else that it entails. Total top-down control. So that's what we're seeing. Ray Studio says 1776 will commence again if they try to take the guns. Yeah, that's true, man. Yeah, and I'm also, I used to be like for a while because I grew up here and everything, and I thought, gun control is a good thing. I thought it was good, but I have to admit when I'm wrong. Because sometimes you have to update your viewpoint, right? You say like, why do people need that? Whatever. You shouldn't be able to have that. Not anybody should just be able to have that, right? But I was wrong, because then something like this happens, and you have these crazy, powerful super elite that want to change everything and adjust the whole system and do disaster capitalism and all this stuff. And then I sit back and I think to myself, I was like, wow, man, was I wrong on that one? Like, because an armed population is a population that is not nearly as easy to control and one that needs to be respected. So, I was wrong on that one. And I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you guys in the States, especially Texas and places like that, where you guys have the freedom, you have the ability, or at least you have the guts to stand up for yourselves and say, no more. Under the guise of keeping people safe, you bankrupt the place, or you just shut it down indefinitely. We don't want people to get sick. We don't want whatever. Better kill all the jobs in the whole place, right? What does another month do? One more month's not going to do that much, right? It's like, actually, it kind of does for people that are just hanging on. Anyway, well, Anthony, it's we have a lot more restrictions here than in the States. Not nearly as many people here have firearms as they do in the States. Not even close. Probably 1/10 or 100th. I don't know what the exact comparison would be, but not even close. Movie Andy said, Trev, do you think Gil Bates wants Bitcoin to do well? He doesn't. He's already said he said he thinks it uses too much electricity. He doesn't like it. That's the question I had about Bitcoin is what will the super elite do? They're not going to like someone else having their own money, their decentralized money that they can't control. So what will they do? Right now they're not doing anything, but it's only about 1/10 the size of gold right now is Bitcoin. If Bitcoin grows to be bigger than gold, I think they're going to be pissed because it also says in the protocols that they have most of the world's gold supply, like most of it. The Committee of 300, the members of the Committee of 300 have most of the world's gold supply. I don't know what the percentage is, but it's probably in the 90s, something like that. It means the top families out of London, basically a long time ago, were able to, pretty much get most of the gold in the world. I think one of the ways they did it is because they're kind of printed funny money. You got fiat money in exchange for actual. So you can do that with Bitcoin too. You could print funny money, fiat money. You could buy Bitcoin with fiat money and then own Bitcoin. So they could own it themselves as well too. They could buy out everybody and then crush it or something if they wanted. They've got some different options. So we'll see what ends up happening and what they do. You never know with crypto, but I think that crypto is a winner long term. It would be difficult to stop it. It's kind of like stopping, Napster or torrenting or something. People are going to do it. It's almost impossible for them to stop it 100%. So I don't think they'll be able to. They'll have to adjust most likely. Yeah. So the system is rigged. So Canada is so soft. Feel like getting drunk all the time to escape. Wimp. I'll say Wimpville. You said another word, but I'll show that one. System is rigged. So they are. We are. It's true, man. There's nothing you can do about it. Yeah. Nice video. I like that. I'll have to look in it. I haven't looked into that one particularly. But that's cool. So Michelle 40 wants to know what we're going to do after Walking Dead ends. We'll do lots of Walking Dead videos, certainly in and around the end. We'll do lots of flashback videos or videos where we go through the best moments, all named character deaths, which I've already done one recently. Maybe season by season review, stuff like that. So we'll do lots of different videos still for Walking Dead. But at some point we'll have to do other series. We'll have to cover other things. And some of you guys might be interested in some of them and some of you might not. And that's okay. It's just the nature of it. But I think there'll always be something Walking Dead for at least the next 5 or 10 years out there for us to review and discuss, or at least look forward to, or at least look at. I'll publish something one way or another. Whether or not you like it will be a different question. Ray also said, how are they going to make sure we own nothing? So, Ray, I don't know about the you're talking about the United Nations. You won't own anything. You'll be happy. I think. I don't know how they're. After I did my review, I did a book review on Klaus's book, The Great Reset, and I even said in that, like, this can't work. There's no way this could work. So you have sort of something that at the top level they're interested in doing. And I'm sitting here saying, and a lot of us are sitting here saying, like, that's not going, you could not do that. That's not going to work. But who knows what they've got planned and what different things they can do to kind of bring it forward. But one way or another, you kind of have to stay out of the way and just let them run their course, let them do what they're doing. Because if you get involved, it's very, very dangerous. If you look at like an Alan Watt or somebody like that, who was very outspoken, and even up until his demise, up until his passing about March 4th. So yeah, a month ago today, up until his passing a month ago, he was publishing content all the time against what was happening, against what was doing. Yeah, you can't get in the way, or it's not good. So you have to kind of just see, okay, what's going to happen? What are they going to do? We'll see. But I don't think it can work. I agree with you. I don't know how you could possibly do that and have it work. So I don't think it's going to work personally. I don't. Robert, you watched the episode, Rob. I don't want to say it to you. Watch the episode. But not everybody has seen it yet. So I'm trying to be a little bit careful about spoilers and such. Ray says they'll discover how rural Iowa feels about Second Amendment. I know. Yeah, there's some places where it's like, yeah, they better. I don't know how they could even. Maybe they can't do it. Maybe that's the answer right there, is that it's not possible. Because there are some places where they're not gonna go for it, man. So, well, thank you, Artsy. I appreciate that. And I wish I could do more of them, but I pretty much got the heads up that you can't. It's totally controlled. The entire space is completely controlled. Even on BitChute, places like that, it's completely controlled. It's totally infiltrated. The people that are doing it, a lot of them are pretending. There's some that are legitimate, like obviously there would be, but they get a lot of heat, man. They get censored, they get striked, they get phone calls, they get, and then the people who don't, that have been doing it a really long time, that are still like doing it or whatever, a lot of those people are controlled opposition. A lot of them are, meaning they're phony. They're not legit. They're not for real. So, and the problem is you can't possibly know 100% which ones are legit and which ones are controlled opposition. So that's why I just got out of it. I'm like, you know what? I don't want any part of this. If this is a shit show, I don't want anything to do with this. And that's the conclusion I came to, is that this is a shit show. There's at least as many people pretending to do it as there are people who are actually doing it. Maybe more. Maybe they outnumber the people who are actually doing it. So that's why I don't do it anymore, because, I just mentioned it here with live streams with you guys. We're hanging out. We're just having fun. I shouldn't get in any trouble for that. But, they banned over 10,000 YouTube channels. And now it's got to be higher than that. It's probably like 15,000, YouTube channel accounts, social media stuff. They just ban it off. They clear it off. They censor it. So, okay, I get it. Okay, fair enough. Won't do it then. Fine, if that's what you want. It's like, if it's like that, then okay, it's like that. So that's what it is. But thanks for your support anyway, and it's good stuff. I still read your comment, Ray, about Iowa. That's cool. I also want to move. I want to move. Like maybe me and Jess will move to the States with you guys. That'd be better. I don't know if they let us right now with the whole world situation, but it's like should apply. Move over to where you guys are. So your places are awesome. Space Cats, thank you for the super chat. If you have a question, you can send it through. And is that a picture? Is that a cat, or is that what is that, Space Cats? Is that a dog or a cat? And hi, and I hope you had a happy Easter and everything like that. Stuff Bear, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate that. I'm just trying to see. You've got if that's you, you have a sweet afro. I'm just saying, if it's at least Afro-esque. Um, yeah, Jeff, you got it. It's silly shit, Jeff, right? They're actually like, I'm not kidding. I'm being totally serious with you guys right now. There are actually freaking real life. This is going to sound so stupid when I say this, right? And I'm not kidding you. And this, don't take lightly what I'm saying. I'm not messing with you. There are actual government spies in the so-called conspiracy space. They're spies. Like, they're actual freaking spies. They're keeping an eye on everything. And anybody who's dangerous, they report them back. They call it in. You know, it's crazy shit. It's like, what is this, an effing movie? Like, it feels like a movie. It feels like a TV show. But I swear to God, I am not kidding you. Do your own research. The conclusion that I have come to is that those people are getting a paycheck. They're either Department of Defense. They're one of these things. They're pretending to be against the system, but they work for the system. It's one of the most mind-blowing things I've ever researched, I have to say. But it's the only conclusion that makes sense. It's the only way. Because if you look at someone like an Alan Watt, it's like he's obviously he was not one of those people. And he's no longer with us. So it's like, wow. So either it's so stressful that it stressed him out to the point where, you know, he had an early passing, or, you know, he was saying a lot of stuff. And I listened to his last podcast. I was like, oh my God, man, he's saying all this stuff. And I was like, you know, and then you find out, hey man, he's dead, man. It's like, really? It's like, yeah, seriously. Yeah. So it's crazy shit. But yeah, agents in place, absolutely all over the damn place. Really crazy shit, man. I can't get out of that stuff fast enough. I want nothing to do with any of this. Let's go back to Walking Dead, make Walking Dead videos. It's a lot more fun and a lot safer, that's for sure. Yeah, Artsy, we don't have free speech. See, that's the biggest lie of all, Artsy, is the freedom thing. The saying is, none are more hopelessly enslaved than those who falsely believe they're free. None are more hopelessly enslaved than those who falsely believe they're free. So this is my take on it. My take is that when people think they're free, they don't rebel. So that's why you get all the freedom propaganda. Nobody rebels if you think you're free, right? Because then you're not oppressed because you think you're free. Until you become a problem, then you find out you're not free. And you better watch it. So that's it, right? It's like what the protocols say. The protocols say that we will encourage freedom of speech so that our opposition show us their cards. So they make you think you have all this freedom of speech. Meanwhile, everything is being monitored and checked, right? Everything of significance. And if something is really problematic for the system, then you've shown your cards with your freedom of speech idea. You've shown your cards, and then they know that you're going to be a problem. So that's basically how it works. So let's move on here. Right? let's talk about something else, because that's it. That's what it is. Ray Studio says, is Gil Bates related to any of the 13 bloodlines? Yes, he's either a Rockefeller or he's close to the Rockefellers. So and let's really move on, guys, because I don't want to go into this any further, man. I just don't want to do it. Okay, let's move on, shall we? But yeah, he is. He's basically like, if you think about, if you live in the United States, there's your ruler right there. He's right there. You know what I mean? Like, everybody looks at B and they're like, oh, what is he doing? The guy can barely walk up a goddamn flight of stairs. You know, it's like sometimes he can, sometimes it's like he's struggling. He can barely walk up a flight of stairs. Your ruler's right over there, man. He's the one on CNN all the time telling you what you're going to do next. That's your ruler. Forget this guy over here. He didn't do shit. It's this guy over here you got to watch out for. Ray said, move to Iowa and we can go hunting or gun range. That sounds like fun, man. I take you up on that, Ray. That does sound like fun. Okay, what's up, Eric? How you doing, man? And let's see. Some people are getting ruined for the episode of Fear. Sorry, Spitfire. I'm trying my best myself, but we do have freedom of speech in the live stream, sort of. So at least I'm not limiting your freedom of speech. You two might a little bit. So sounds like, Anthony Fallis says, that sounds like some 1984 shit. So who wrote 1984? Was it Huxley? It was Aldous Huxley, right? So Aldous Huxley was a member of the Committee of 300. So Aldous Huxley wrote a book about so this is their job. I'll give you my take on the Huxleys and the H.G. Wellses and people like this ilk, okay? So they're futurists, or Kurzweil and people like this. So they're futurists, right? And so what they do is they do, through creative writing and through fiction, like 1984, which has the one eye on the cover, doesn't it? Isn't 1984 the one eye, right? So of like a Freemasonic Eye of Providence, one eye symbolism. So he was one of these futurists where they'll write fiction, a work of fiction, but what it's actually doing is, it's not just fiction. What they're actually doing is they're kind of releasing through their work of fiction, a scenario so that people can game theory think about it. So if you have something like Walking Dead, you know how much time we spend talking about Walking Dead. We discuss what would you do, what wouldn't you do, what's the right thing to do, what's not the right thing to do. So with Walking Dead, we do that. Now consider that with respect to London, with respect to the old money, the old ruling elite, and which Huxley and the Huxleys and Wells were a part of. They were a part of. H.G. Wells was Fabian Society, Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, and all of this Huxley, I have to look it up and find out which society he was in, but he was one of these English, British aristocracy people. So the futurists like Kurzweil and the Huxleys, people like this, they're playing through a scenario through fiction of how things could turn out so that they can game theory, map it through and see what paths to work, where to go, what not to do. And then they can think tank it, and they can say that, what if we do a society like this in 1984? What does that look like? What are all the ramifications of those changes? How do people behave in that system? Is it advantageous for us, or is it detrimental to us? What works better as far as the system? Is it too authoritarian? Is it too unstable because it's so authoritarian that the people might revolt against it? They have to think tank just the same way we do for Walking Dead. They have to think tank through all the different possibilities of a system ahead of time. That's futurism. So you're saying, if we bring this out, or if we do this, and if this happens, then that happens, and you go into a whole hypothetical. 1984, my take on that is, it's a think tank fictional exercise into a world that can be created, and where do things go with that? So it's like the Lockstep or something like that. That's what it is. It's the Lockstep document, technologies for future development. And now we see it in real life now, because what must have happened, you can only conclude, is Lockstep was proposed. They think tanked it. The futurists got on it. They decided, what does this do? What does it not do? What does it look like in real life? What does it not look like in real life? How do we go with this? Where do we go with that? And they think tank it all the way through, and they decide, we're doing that one, because that brings us, that with the magicians, that brings us closer to the world we want. So that's how you do it. And so, that's their job. So you say it sounds like 1984. Well, it has a lot of similarities to 1984. Now, will they go as heavy duty as 1984? Probably not. Probably not for most people. But maybe if some people are a problem, then maybe they need to be, Soviet system, communism, 1984. And that's the way it works. So all these things are considered by the bigwigs at the UN and these upper echelon societal groups. They're not your local government deciding these things. These are above the governments. So you have a top-down system, pyramid, if you will. But at the top, you're not electing these people. They're deciding and choosing what to tell their governments to do. And then your governments are doing what's told, or what makes sense to them, given the game theory situation. So they're not in on it, like Ford shutting down Ontario on Friday. He's not in on it. He doesn't know what's happening. He has no idea what's going on, right? He just thinks, well, there's this super thing, and I don't know how it got here. I guess there's fucking bats or something. And so now we got this. So we got to do this, right? And it's like, yeah, because that was all decided upon ahead of time, and decided, yeah, that's what we're doing, because that's going to bring us closer to where we want to go. But it might take 50, 100, 200, 1,000 years. No, that's probably too far ahead. 100 years, 50 years ahead of time. The events are orchestrated in such a way to bring the masses, the sheep herded with the shepherds, to where you want them to go. And yeah, you get your sheepdogs out. They run around, bark orders, and you go this way, you go that way. Where does the herd go? It moves this way. Sure, there's a few wild sheep here and there, or there's a few wolves in sheep's clothing, but for the most part, it works. You steer the herd where you want them to go, and that's society. That's the masses. That's how it works. So that's what we have, man. That's how the system works. So yeah, that's what I got for you for 1984. That's my take on 1984. It's just that it's a futurist think through. That's all. Let's see. So we got that one from Ray. I don't think I missed any. Did I? Oh, I missed one from Ray. He said they took all guns except America and Switzerland's. Yeah. So it won't. I don't think it'll matter anyway, Ray. I mean, it's probably good that you have them right now. In the future, just be careful and everything. Don't try to do no harm, that whole thing. But I think that they'll probably think of something to do where it'll make sense, where everybody will decide to hand them in on their own. So like they'll do something if they really want to expunge them. They'll do something massive, and then they'll force people to do it somehow. We'll have to see what happens in the next 30, 40, 50 years. But yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if they find a way to do it. It's yeah, I guess we'll see ahead of time. But I know you guys are, you kind of cling to them, don't you? Right. So you're really, you're pressed to cling to them. Let's see. We got Mason Zickman who asked what we're talking about. So, we're talking about Walking Dead. Easter, happy Easter to all you guys. We just got shut down here. We're on lockdown again where I live. And Fear was good. Here's Negan was really good. And then whatever else you guys send through for super chats or what you like. Okay, Ray asked a good one. He said, what role did, I can't say that name, the Fuhrer, Hitler, the Fuhrer, what role did the Fuhrer, Stalin, Mao have in the Pyramid of Power? Okay, so Stalin, it was a Mason. Stalin does the hidden hand all the time. If you look at a lot of pictures of Stalin, he does the hidden hand all the time, right? So basically, I'll just give you a simple take on WWII. Germany got too strong. They started reestablishing themselves, and they got smashed, basically. Eventually, they did really well because of the Blitz, and they did really well because of that. But eventually, the pyramid smashed them. So, which would happen. Now, why that happens is because, and if you look at it too, it actually, if you study it closely, it proves the pyramid. It doesn't disprove it. It proves it. Because what the Fuhrer would say is that he would have Churchill or somebody, or was it, or before. Damn it. I got to look this up, right, to get the dates right and everything, because I don't want to discredit what I'm saying. But basically, he would cut a deal with a prime minister or whoever, or whatever, and they would go back, and then supposedly these prime ministers were supposed to be in charge. They were supposed to be the top dog. And then they would just rip it up, or they would just say, oh, no, it doesn't work, whatever. Here, we're not doing that, whatever. Change it on them, because there's a whole superstructure above your prime minister. And it's not, it's not denied. Look it up on Google. If the Queen can fire the prime minister, yes, she can. And so you have kind of the elite ruling class above the governments of each country. So when you have a challenger to the throne, the sovereign's job is to protect the throne at all costs, any means necessary. So basically, you have the overarching. We had the League of Nations, which was a precursor to the United Nations, which kind of stem out of Chatham House anyway, which is the Royal Institute of International Affairs out of the UK. So you have the RIIA. In the States, you have the Council on Foreign Relations, the CFR. So the structure between the RIIA, which is like the oldest, it's kind of, these are, that along with, that's almost your true government right there, in my opinion anyway. That in combination with the intelligence agencies, which answer to them internationally. Basically, Stalin was playing ball for a while. Later on, I think he stopped. But, the idea was to smash Germany. So that's what we did. So what can you do? That's what happens. That's how it goes. You do wish not as many people would have perished as did. But the Fuhrer shut down all the lodges in Germany, too. So he shut down all the Masonic lodges because he knew what they were. That's why. And he also exiled a lot of the Zios, too. So anybody who was, a really strong Zio, he would get rid of them because he knew that they were. So there's two parts of it. There's the Freemasonic side, which answers to the crown, to the throne. in British Empire. Then you have the other side of it too, which answers to sort of the royal family of the Jays, the Zios, which is the bowerbird, the red shield. So known for the courtship, the bowerbird. So so that was the family's name prior to Red Shield in German is Rothschild. So so basically that's a layout of World War II in a way that they wouldn't be allowed to teach you in schools. UNESCO would never approve it. So basically it's a lot different from the idea that just these evil Germans wanted to take over the planet, and so they got smashed. We had to resist against them. It's almost inverted from that. It's like we're the big dogs, right? The ruling elite are the big powerhouse, and you had a rise up that was a bit of a challenge, maybe a little bit, not that much. I think we over exaggerate in our Netflix specials and whatnot how much of a threat they actually were. I mean, I think eventually they were going to get smashed sooner or later, right? So I'll give you my take on that. So. But the Maoist regime, I believe, Ray, was also set up by, at least it was helped along with through the same parties we're discussing. So, and I think that's all your super chats you sent. Okay, you got one more. Bohemian Grove is a pyramid headquarters. If not, then where? No, it's not. Bohemian Grove is the United States. It's one spot in the U.S., just like Skull and Bones. So in the United States, you have I think I saw 32% of your presidents have been Freemasons, right? So George Washington was a Freemason. Benjamin Franklin was a Freemason. A lot of the other ones too, and some of them are secret. You wouldn't even know that they are. They're not, right? So they belong to that order. So Bohemian Grove is another spot in the States where some of them will go to maybe to party or to to do meetings and whatnot, stuff like that. But it's just one section in the U.S. That's all. The real headquarters, in my opinion, would be London or United Nations. You also have New York as well, which is pretty big too internationally, right? And then you have Davos, places like this where they're kind of, but they do kind of move around a little bit too, right? It's not always exactly the same spot. But in the future, a lot of the writings and a lot of people are thinking that they're going to move it to Israel in the future. So Jerusalem for kind of biblical reasons, what have you, or Talmudic, I say religious viewpoint reasons. They may move it there. We'll see what happens. It probably won't matter too much for us. I mean, do we really care where they have their meetings at? It's like, not really. Okay. UNESCO. Peyote asked about UNESCO or the World Heritage Foundation. Well, I believe Heritage Foundation is also tied into at its upper levels too. It's almost like every group almost gets infiltrated and then gets brought in because of money. Because here's the problem. When you have the money printers, you can pay and hire people whatever you want. Any amount you want, pretty much. You just print it and pay them and don't tell anybody, right? The government asks you to say, oh, shut up. No, you don't get to know about that. That happened here pretty recently. What's the guy's name? Somebody, one of his, Pierre. I think he asked the central bank for some information. They told him to go to hell. They told him, shut up. They're like, who do you think you are? It's like, well, he's like an elected official. Yeah, too bad. Shut up. Go away. It's like, you don't get to see that. So no spoilers, Chris. Okay, I won't give any world spoilers on what's next in the script. How about that? So Ray said, Pyramid Plan 912 approved Patriot Act. Well, it was actually that's part of it, Ray, but the other part of September 11th was part of the plan for the new American century. The plan for the new American century was basically to get them into the Middle East and everything that was going to ensue there. Which also, I believe, why Skull and Bones Bush was put in too, was because he was going to be picked to be the guy to go in to manage the plan for the new American century with the neocons and everything. So, it depends on how you feel about whether or not when you vote, whether they actually even count it at all, or they just put in whoever they want. It's that depends on your take of that and what you think. So, okay, let's see. So thank you for the super chats there, Ray and Jay earlier, and everybody. I do appreciate it, guys. So so let's go to Walking Dead. Well, don't get mad at me, people. I'm just answering whatever questions you guys ask. Okay, if you want to know, you want to know. If you don't, you know, it's fine. I'll just give you my take anyway, also too. So don't treat it as gospel. Do your own research, buy your own books, and do your own stuff. I got some books I'm reading right now. We'll get back into Walking Dead in a minute here. I got this one, Turning the Templar Key. So that's kind of cool. This one is about Freemasonry from the Knights Templar. So how the Knights Templar kind of sort of was assimilated, or the Knights Templar moved into Freemasonry nowadays. And so that one's good for that. We'll sort of explain why someone gets knighted, and, you know, Freemasons like Fauci and people like that, they're given the all-star treatment, you know, that kind of thing. This one we got In the Minds of Men, and this is Darwin and the New World Order. So that's kind of cool. This is by a third edition by Ian T. Taylor. This was recommended by Alan Watt, and when he was alive, before he died last month. So I decided, well, I'll get it to kind of get the idea. So this has to do with, it's not that good. I've gone through it briefly. I'm going to go through it again. It's not that good. It has to do with the creation of Darwinism, where it came from, why it's been used. But he doesn't go that far, and he's pretty safe about it. He doesn't mention any particular, I want to say, anything too damning or anything. But, you know, there's some good stuff. Gets into Malthusianism, all this different kind of stuff. And basically the Royal Society, which I would say created the idea of evolution. So pretty cool. But, you know, it's not that great. There's probably some better reads on it, but I'll let you know in the future after I've gone through it again. Let's see. Okay. Walking Dead. Let's get back to Walking Dead. Anyone sending through to Walking Dead questions? Let's see here. Okay. Nice one, Spitfire. Yeah, in the Here's Negan episode. Did you guys, have most of you guys seen Fear the Walking Dead now? Have you guys seen the episode now, or are you still watching? Is it still airing? I watched it this morning, so yeah, did the review and everything. Okay, let's see what we got here from you guys. Yeah, Spitfire knows what it is now. So yeah, it's a pretty sad episode. Fear got me pretty good, man. I was pretty sad by the end, but I was like, oh, that sucks, man. I don't like this one that much. I liked Here's Negan better than the Fear episode, that's for sure. So yeah, are we still on? You guys still? Somebody sent me a chat message. I think we're okay. Oh, Ryan Kills said that he quit watching Fear after season 3. Well, Ryan, check it out again, man. I'm telling you, if you haven't seen season 4 of Fear, and if you haven't seen season 6's first half, you're going to like it. So check it out. So Ray asked, and thanks again, Ray, he said, do you think China will invade the United States? And if so, when do you think it'll happen? No, I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think that's going to happen. But China is not China. China's not the big bad. I don't know why people like. I feel like that's a disinfo thing to like make China the big bad. They just do whatever they're so obedient. They do whatever they're told. You know, like you have Gil Bates. He's thanking Wuhan for their sacrifice. He's like, thank you so much. Thank you guys. Because they did what they're told. That's why. They do what they're told. They like them. They like China. They like China. Why didn't Biden say it's illegal to call it the China V now? You're not allowed to say China V, the whole word. So nobody typed that through because you're not allowed. Yeah, basically, they make them sound like they're the big bad when they're totally obedient, in my opinion, to the pyramid. They're completely obedient to the United Nations and the pyramid, in my take. So I don't know why they do that, and they try to make China sound like it's some kind of evil, but like they make all our stuff at like the lowest discounts ever. Here's a Spalding basketball I got. It's like a little desk thing. It's like a stress ball type thing. And what does it say on the back? Made where? What does it say? Where's it made? Made in China. There it is right there. Made in China. So, yeah, say it backwards, Benny. There you go. They're not the big bad, man. They're not. Oh, damn it, Aldo. Would you stop that? I'm going to have to ban you or some shit. You do that shit again, I'm banning you. I'm removing that shit. Okay, you're going to freaking censor the cast or something. Don't be typing that through that way. So I'm just removing it. I'm not banning. I don't like to ban people, but once in a while I have no choice. You leave me no choice. Yeah, Fear is awesome now. I agree, Dan. Fear is really, really great now. Awesome stuff. And yeah, for Ryan, Ray, I mean, I'm sure that there's some things they do, but would they invade the U.S.? They would only do it if they were told to. That's the thing you got to understand. Like, if they get the order above them that comes down to them from the UN that they have to do this, then yeah, they'll do it. But they're not doing it of their own volition. They'd be doing it because they're told to. There's nothing going to be in it for them. Yeah, Jonathan, is Canada a secret superpower? No, not at all. We're wimps, basically. But we have a lot of crown land, if you didn't know that. Yeah, if you guys don't know, the crown owns the most physical land of anyone in the world. So just so you know that, the royal family. So they do. So they've got a lot of land here, crown land. Well, we're kind of wimps. Okay, let's just be honest. We're wimps. We can't even stay in business. There's like 400 people in the ER. We got to shut it down. Shut down Ontario. Shut the whole thing down. It's like, there's no big bad here, man. No. Oh yeah, that's true, Ray. Yeah, they might try to do that. That's a good point. And it depends if they get the go ahead or not, right? It depends if they might want it. If they're good, obedient workers and obedient people, they might get it. Maybe they'll get the go ahead that you can go ahead and do it. They could take it because they want it. They could take it by force, might as right style. But then, it depends on what the others will say. So there's going to be a lot of, I would think that with respect to that, there'll be a lot of high level deals being made. And, if they do it, they're not supposed to, it will be very bad for them, I think. But they could do it and kind of get away with it, and everyone else will acquiesce and say, oh, whatever, who cares? It's just Taiwan or something. But for the people who live there, it's like, yeah, so we'll see if they make a big fuss about it or not. But if you look at the last few years, if you pay attention to the Gil Bateses and people like this, they seem to be very pro China. So they'll probably be able to do, they're in the good graces right now. So they could probably do that. And maybe they wouldn't get in trouble. Maybe they'd be all right. So yeah, let's see what else we got here from you guys. Yeah, different. Yeah, Jeff, different parents. I know. It's crazy, man. I know. So yeah. Mopar said that in Canada we make toques, not nukes. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we do. That's right. No rights in the zombie apocalypse, says Dan Smith. That's true as well. And what did you guys think if you saw the Fear episode? What did you think of Dakota? What did you think about what they did with Dakota in this episode and kind of the twist that included her, that involved her? Antonio821 says, Walking Dead up. Did you see the same name on the mailbox? It looks like it said Smith, Negan Smith. That's true. Does Negan have a last name? I guess he doesn't really. So did it really say? I'll have to look back, Antonio, but is that Negan's last name? Is he a Smith? It could be. That's like the most generic name ever, right? If it's Negan Smith, it's like the most generic name ever, right? So it'd either be Smith or something, something like that. That's just like Doe, like John Doe or something, like just something generic, right? So yeah, that's right, Jeff. They like the China model. So even Trudeau here was talking about how much he loves China because they want to do something. They just walk out and they just do it, and that's it. And the people are just like, oh, okay, all right, we're doing it. Okay, fine. It's like, whatever. Okay. So, right. So, yeah, I almost don't think they'll be disobedient. They'll have to ask permission if they want to take Taiwan, I think. If they get the go-ahead for good behavior with what happened recently, then, okay, they get the go-ahead. If not, then it likely won't happen. When travel is allowed, 99% of the countries I've been to love Canada and Canadians. Well, thank you, Mopar. I'm glad if you guys like us. We're quite nice. We avoid conflict most of the time, and we like hockey. There you go. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Ray said, you heard about Equality Act. They hate religion. Well, I do know that some of the books I've read on the pyramid at the very high levels, they hate Christianity. They hate religion. So part of the evolution deal is to get rid of expunge the older religions, right? It's to get rid of them because they don't want them anymore. There's no use to them anymore. They want to form their own, new age type of religion, which could be space atheism. That's kind of what it sort of is. You're a monkey. Feel bad about yourself. You're not important. Be nihilistic. Outer space is whatever, and we're just one of many. And so don't feel important or anything because you're not. And just do whatever we say. Okay. It's like, well, I guess might as well, right? There's nothing important about me. No providence here. I might as well do whatever we say, right? Exactly. So, yep, whatever works, right? So is what they're going to go with. But I have not heard about the Equality Act, Ray, but it doesn't surprise me. Joe Greer asked, did we enjoy the episode? So are you talking about Here's Negan, or are you talking about the Fear episode? Tanashi said that lost interest in Fear in season 4 after Nick died. So I understand that. Yeah, absolutely. Tess said that, LD, I hear you, but psychopaths are charming. That's the problem, ain't it? Charisma. Well, they say they always deny with their mouths what their hands are doing. So they're always telling you one thing while they're busy doing something over here, right? And they'll always deny what they're doing over here until the very end. They're trained to lie forever. Same with the intelligence agents. They lie forever. Even when they're caught, they still lie, to the point where it just frustrates you to like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, I think at Skull and Bones, I watched a movie called The Skulls. I think at Skull and Bones, they have a liar's room. So the liar's room at Skull and Bones, which would be Yale, is like the Black Lodge. That's where they go to, and they expunge their lies. So like if you have like a W or something like that, they have to lie so much, lie. Then they go to the liar's room, and then they can kind of tell the truth and release and how they felt about having to lie all this time and all this stuff. So they go through training programs on how to, I don't know, like you could have the idea that, psychopath is a particular type of person, and there's probably some truth to that. Like not everybody would be able to do that. But a lot of people, if you put them through professional training things like intelligence agency, training stuff on how to lie, a lot of people could do it, especially if there's big money involved. A lot of people would do it. So, yeah, like the liar's room. So, yeah, but you're absolutely right. Unfortunately, a lot of the really high up people are not the nicest people. But that's how you get to like the very top of the top, is you have to step on others to get there. You can't just, be a good person and become like one of these super bigwig type people. They have to do what's necessary to get there. And sometimes it's not ethically that good. So, yeah. Bushmaster 076 said, Trev, what do you think about the Here's Negan episode ended? Or sorry, that one got pushed. He said, what do you think about the new season 11 teaser released by MC? It showed Mercer's gear. Oh, cool, Bush. I have not seen it yet, Bush, but I'll hope to see it soon. Maybe later tonight I can watch it. That looks really cool. I am excited for season 11. When we see it at the end of August, it's going to be really great. And thanks again, Ray. You don't need to just send through the actual messages, and I'll just use them that way. But thanks for all your support and everything. He said, if they get what they want, what will they do to people like, and then he brought up a few different people, and even people like us, I'm curious. Ray, I kind of can't answer all of your questions because I don't want to piss anybody off. But okay, I'll give you my take, Ray, on this. As far as T goes, I'll just use their initials, okay? T surrendered, basically, is my take on it. I'll give you, the way I viewed it as we went through every day looking at it. It looks like he surrendered. He gave up. He just said, okay, fine, I'll go play golf. F you guys, I'll go play golf. And that's good because you don't want a lot of blood on your hands. You don't want people getting hurt. So if he just surrendered, then that's great. I'm glad he surrendered. Keep the peace. Go play golf. Love your family. Enjoy your time. Just get out of there. Because I don't think people have what it takes to stop what they're doing. I just don't think they do. I don't think the average person is ready to stick their neck out to change the course of our trajectory. I just don't think they have it. So for him, happy, go play golf, have fun, stay out of it, don't cause any trouble, stay out of the way, let them do what they're doing. Just get out of the way. Because I don't want anyone getting hurt. I don't want him getting hurt. Don't want his family getting hurt. Just do what you're told and leave. I think that's best. Sometimes that's what you got to do. Sometimes it's hard to walk away and be quiet, but sometimes you just got to do it. You got to go, and you got to be quiet. That's it. That's what you got to do. So that's him. Brian Rose, I think, is running he's London Real. So Ray asked about Brian Rose from London Real. So I think he's running for mayor of London. So like London, like London Real London, like London. so I think he's a madman. I think he's crazy. You're running to try to be mayor of London, and I'm talking like not London, Ontario, like London. I think he's a madman, but I like him. He's a crazy bastard, but I like him. And I hope he wins. And I hope he ends the lockdowns. No lockdowns, no more, no matter what. We're not doing it. I think that would be great if he could do that. We'll see if he gets a tap on the shoulder, if he does win. I wouldn't be surprised if they, what can I say, rig it so he doesn't win. You know what I mean? Like, just keep him out and put someone in, who will do it. Because if they know he's a problem, and I'm sure they do already, guarantee London Real was too big. That's why they kind of, gave us some heat there last year and everything. I hope he wins, but I hope he stays safe too. You know what I mean? Like do the best you can. Do your thing. If you get in, that's great. If you don't, fine. But stay safe and do what you're told, sort of. And if you have to become a hypocrite, that's okay. Because us in the know understand that that's kind of how it goes, right? Like, because there's some things you can change. You say you're going to do it, you can actually do it. And then other things you'll get there and you'll find out that, oh, we can't do that. I can't do that. It's like, no. And it's like, what if I'm going to put my foot down. I'm not doing it. It's like, this could be hazardous for your health to not do this. So I think it'll be fine. But I think it'll be, that'll be cool. So that's T and Brian Rose you asked me about. Now, the other ones you asked me about, I don't want to answer. I like them both. I want to say that. I like them both very much. They'll be fine because they're fine now. They're not like Alan Watt. They're fine, right? They're still here. They're still doing their stuff. The first one, I am positive. The reason for that is because that's his job. The second one, I'm not so sure about, but I kind of think that he's buddies with the first one. So maybe he's doing the same thing. So I don't want to say any more about it, Ray. Thank you for the question. Aside from that, I'm going to stay quiet. But yeah, they'll be fine. Because if they were in big trouble, they wouldn't be here already. They would have been gone a long time ago. So I think you can kind of do your own research, but you can kind of figure out why they're here and just healthy and fine and everything's fine. There's a reason for that, I think. And so, yeah. Clammy PSN, Cyberpunk Clammy V, said, Trev, JDM update on season 11. That's 1101 and 1102 took a total of 28 filming days. Wow. On a very grand scale. Melissa said they're very action-packed already. I think this is another evidence point to what I thought, that season 11 will be the most expensive per episode. So more than 9 or 10, he said. Even the two most ambitious episodes they've ever produced. 601 and 801 were filmed in 9 days. Wow. Thank you for that info, Clammy. That's really good stuff. So, guys, Clammy's saying that the first 2 episodes of season 11 took like a month, 28 days to film those 2. And the season 6 premiere and season 8 premiere were filmed in only 9 days. Wow. So that's awesome. So season 11 might be like the biggest they've ever done. That would be awesome if they could do that and they could wrap it up in huge fashion. ICU, why did YouTube block your comment? That's hilarious. I'm going to show that. Everybody look at ICU's comment. Why did they block that? I'm going to show it. They set it to hide. Yeah, so, okay. I'm just going to leave that there. Check out ICU's comment if you want to see. But season 11, Mario, is going to be coming out at the end of the summer, near the end of August, it sounds like. August at some point. But that's going to be awesome, man. I can't wait to see that. It sounds like there are going to be some excellent, really great episodes. So thank you so much for the info there, Clammy. That's great news to hear. And I'm excited to see those episodes, absolutely. Spitfire asked me my thoughts on Derek Chauvin trial, where he was kneeling on. Okay, so I'm certain that the person you said second is a Mason. He had the double eagle tattoo. Both his kids have Mason in their names. Look up his kids' names. They both have Mason in their actual names. So I'm certain he is. So what were they doing with that? What are they doing with that? They're still doing it still now. They're creating tensions based on R. I don't even want to say the word, but because I just hate what they're doing with this. It's like they're dividing people based on R. And I hate how bad it's working. It drives me mental. I wish people would just, love each other and be unified. but I understand that they need to break people up and divide and conquer. So one of the ways you can do that is by building up the different R tensions. So by building up racial tension, you can divide people's subgroups and you can get them to look at each other as enemies rather than unified, and then they might turn on you. So it's it's like the oldest trick in the book, right? If you turn people against each other, they don't start a union and then overthrow you or something. Because the last thing you want is a workers' union or a peasantry union where all the peasants on the land start to on the plantation start to look at you like there's something wrong with you, right? so that's what you do. You divide and conquer. You divide and rule. So it's what it is. I don't know. Yeah, it's cool, man. But yeah, I don't read too much into it, Spitfire, because once I have suspicion that somebody involved in an incident could be either intelligence agency or a Mason or connected to one of these societies, I'm out. I don't take it seriously anymore at all. I think it's all a work, and I don't get emotionally involved. I don't say it's right or wrong because I think they're effing with your mind. That's what they're doing. They're just effing with you, man. So that's where I just stay out of it. And I don't get heated or anything. I have nothing to do with it. So yeah, let's see. What else do we got for Walking Dead? Deanna said that she loved tonight's finale. Here's Negan. Awesome. Absolutely. And the premiere to Fear. No comments about the Fear premiere. And we'll see ICU. Yeah, we're, like I said earlier, we're on lockdown here again in Ontario. And I hope that the lockdowns do stop because it's getting very frustrating for people who want to move on with their life and say, hey, you know what? There's a flu out there, but let's move on with our lives, man, and just do all the right things, but be able to do it. Dan, I love your comment, Dan. Dan Smith sent through a really good one. That's great. That's actually correct, Dan. Yeah, that's right. You've got it exactly right so far as I can tell. And I don't want any trouble, but I'm pretty sure you got it right. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, man, that's funny. Jack, we should do, he said, are you going to do a season 11 death prediction soon, Trev? Also love the episode. Maybe we'll do like a end of the Walking Dead predictions, like who will be alive at the end. We'll do death predictions and then like who will be alive at the end of the show. Who will be alive when the Walking Dead's over? Who will remain alive at that point? Ben, you asked me about the Montauk Project. What is that? Let me see what that is so I can weigh in on that one. And thank you, Izzy. And he said that, did you hear Kirkman talk about Clementine Lives? Oh, man. But does that mean that he's going to do, here are questions about that one, Izzy. Does it mean he's going to do another video game spinoff? Does it mean we're going to see a new comic based around Clementine? That'd be sweet. What do we think that means with regards to Clementine? What are your thoughts, Izzy? Follow up with me on that so we can see. And Frank88 said, will Madison be back on Fear? I don't know why everyone keeps asking about this. It seems like it's in high demand. I think they're going to do something with Madison at some point. So, yeah, I think I've changed my tune on that one. I think they will. What is the Montauk Project? Let's see. In time, the Montauk Project experiments in time. Give me a gist of it. Okay, time travel, teleportation, mind control, contact with extraterrestrials. No. None of this is legit. This is all nonsense. There's no time travel. There's no aliens. There's no effing crazy shit like this. No, these people are making shit up. They're fucking making it up. There's none of this crap. There's just people who are assholes and like to either make money, manage people, manage the world, and do what they want. There's no freaking, well, the Easter Bunny, well, today's Easter, so we kind of have an Easter. I got Bunny downstairs, Easter Bunny. But no, there's no, I'm sure they try all this shit, but I believe it's all bunk. Same with aliens. It's all crap, dude. But there are Satanists. That part's real. The occult angle is real. There are Satanists. There are some really evil people involved in those circles. There are some heavy-duty psychological mind control programming things that they do. And most of them are not that woo-woo. Your programming is just whatever you were brought up to think and do. That's it. So if you were brought up in such a way by your parents to act a certain way, then you're programmed to kind of act that way. You get a baseline. You get a template of what's right, what's wrong. Your parents tell you, oh, you beat up the kid across the street. Don't do that. That's mean. That's bullying. You're not supposed to do that. do this instead, and you got to go apologize. Trevor, go apologize to the kid you beat up. I'm not gonna say, I'm sorry. That's what programming is, right? That's what it is. So that's it. And but they'll have certain people in some of these programs that will be brought up deliberately with psychologists involved to produce a person with a certain type of programming or mindset. It could be a workaholic. You could tell someone, like, I'm kind of a workaholic. You're brought up and you say, you have to work 60, 70 hours a week forever. And that's the way you live your life. And that's how it goes. That's how you do it, or otherwise it's unacceptable. That's programming, So they do that. They do have people that are brought up to do certain tasks and certain things. So that part is real. But aliens and all this other crap, maybe demons of some kind, because they're big into the occult angle and all that stuff. So maybe that has something to do with it. But the rest of it, I just throw it out. No, I don't think any of that's real. And I'm waiting for your follow-up, Izzy, on the Kirkman one. And thank you, Green Av. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. He said, yo, Trev, I still love The Walking Dead. Oh, he said, but Invincible is his new favorite series. Awesome. He said the ending of the first episode was epic. Yeah, that's true, man. Green Av has seen Invincible. So if you guys have not seen Invincible, it's on Amazon Prime Video. If you have an Amazon Prime account, top right-hand corner, you click for Prime Video, and you can watch Invincible, which is Robert Kirkman's other main series from Walking Dead. That's really fantastic. And watch it, man. The first episode, you'll be hooked by the end. Green Av is telling the truth, man. No fibs here. By the end of the episode, you'll be hooked on it. We won't spoil it, but it's freaking awesome. And it's brutal. I got to watch episodes 2, 3, and 4. I haven't watched them yet. It's like, I got to watch these, damn it. Maybe later tonight, Green Av, I'll watch those episodes. They look awesome, man. Yeah, Deanna, hurry up. August is right. Okay, what did you say? Yeah, ICU said that Area 51 is actually our technology. 52 is our tech. I agree with that. Yeah, I think it's our stuff. We have it, but they have stuff that's way, they keep stuff that could be used. They don't give it to the average person. Why would they? They keep it to themselves. So, yeah, they do. Okay, let's look at Izzy. So Izzy's saying, I'm guessing it's a new game. Possible her showing up in World Beyond. Yeah, I would be down with anything they do with Clementine. Bring her in the TV series, do a Walking Dead spinoff with her, do a comic book Walking Dead spinoff with her, do a new game. I want to see a Walking Dead fighting game. That's what I'm still hoping for, like Mortal Kombat. Like Walking Dead Mortal Kombat. So like Daryl has a fatality where he like shoots you with a a bullet in the head or something. Awesome. Rick's got a fatality. He pulls out the Magnum and blows your head off or something. It does like slow-mo with like skeleton with a bullet gun. I'm giving ideas, right? It's like, hey, AMZ, do that. Mortal Kombat Walking Dead. That'd be awesome, dude. I'd love to see that shit. I'd love to play that shit with you guys. That'd be awesome. It's like Carol. Well, what would Carol's fatality be? Carol would be like, maybe she bakes cookies and goes to serve them to you and you just die. It'd be like a friendship fatality. One of those old school Mortal Kombat like friendship fatalities. Carol bakes you cookies and walks out with like an apron and you just die because everyone she bakes cookies for ends up dying, right? So something like that. It'd be awesome. Okay, let's see. What did I miss? So we got Izzy. So yeah, we'll see. I guess there's no way to know ahead of time, Izzy, what the Clementine stuff will be, but I'm excited for it. I think Kirkman's got to realize, man, the people want Walking Dead. Give the people what they want. Invincible's awesome. We love it. But the people want Walking Dead, man. Give the people what they want. Call Charlie and be like, Charlie, you got to get back to work, man. What's your programming? Get back to work, you lazy bastard. It's like, get out of that ivory tower and draw some freaking comics. And none of these variant covers for issues we already did. I want some new issues, man. Damn it, Charlie, get on it, man. Come on. Otherwise, we're gonna get the handlers after. Okay, yeah. Invincible is awesome. You're right, Green Av. It's incredible. I can't wait to watch the rest of the episodes. Really good stuff. Angry Greek said, "How about the 100?" I actually haven't seen that show. I haven't seen it all the way. I think I watched one episode, the first episode or two, and then I didn't watch 100 after that. Frank said, "Trev, what do you think is in store for Negan in the final season?" Oh, that's a good question. So, Frank, what's in store for Negan as The Walking Dead wraps up, man? Well, I think he'll live. I hope he'll live. And I hope they'll use him in the spinoff somehow for Negan. But I think he'll be a good contributor to the group. He'll be fun to have around. And I hope he tries to win back Maggie's forgiveness. But I don't think he's going to. And I hope he goes a little bit more evil again, like a little bit evil Negan, because that's kind of the best Negan. Good guy Negan's okay, but evil Negan a little bit more. ICU said spacecraft uses magnetic levitation with some other tech in honor in the magnetic poles. Yeah, you could be right. That's like ICU. That's like the Tesla model of the world, right? That electromagnetism is everything, basically. Like even the sun, moon, everything. It's based around electromagnetism. So based on, kind of Tesla's realm Earth model. But Tesla was a flat earther. Tesla didn't think that the Earth was a sphere, and he didn't think that it was a planet like other planets. He thought it was a realm. He thought it was created, and he had his theories of electromagnetism and things like that he was doing that went along with his diagram. You can look at his diagram, the Tesla model. Tesla's realm Earth was like a flat Earth, is what it was. So, so it's cool stuff. So that's very possible that that UFOs could be something like that. And that could be another reason why they're teaching people falsehoods, is because they're kind of taking them away from being able to develop these type of tech. So making them study crap and then keeping the good stuff for themselves, which could be the case. So, Jay sent through and he said, I used to really like the 100, but the last couple of seasons I didn't like much. Well, how many seasons did it get? Did it get 7 seasons? Is that when it ended off? I think that's when it ended off, right? Good stuff. And maybe I'll give it another watch through. What'd you say you were watching recently, Jay? You said you were watching, you like Ozark, but then you were saying another one you were watching. What was the other one? You best may have to look at it. Anyway, type it through if you want. Let's see. Don't even remember. Shameless. Yeah, that's the one you were talking about. I was like, what's Shameless? I haven't seen that. So not sure. If it doesn't have a comic book, I'm not so I'm not so interested. But The Boys is awesome. If you haven't seen that, Jay, watch The Boys. The Boys is great. If you have time, that is. And all you guys watch The Boys if you haven't seen it. It's fantastic. Let's see what else we got here. Damn, Charlie says, Dan Smith. Well, this one it was Dakota, not Charlie. Hey, they did the same kind of thing, didn't they, with Charlie? I hadn't thought of that recently. In Fear, because Charlie is with Nick, and Charlie shoots Nick, and then they did something similar with Dakota. I didn't think about that. Why do they keep getting like little girls to do all these major character deaths? It's weird. Look at the flowers. Yeah. So were there flowers in this episode? I don't know. I didn't see any around, but they could have used that a little bit. Yeah. So, but they might be saving that for some others. Peyote Pete said Madison is a high value asset for Fear the Walking Dead. Yeah, that's true. Everybody wants to see Madison back. Everyone wants to see it. So, LD said, Trev, have you spoke to the creators of The Walking Dead about season 11, or didn't you have a chance? I'm not on LD. I'm not on first name basis with anybody involved in Walking Dead. Like I don't call them. I don't hang out with them or anything. I even get a sense that they probably don't like me. Most of them don't like me. So no, I don't. I haven't done that. Anything like that, really. So no, I'm too busy anyway. I wouldn't have time. Lost, Jay, you like Lost? Yeah, I watched a few episodes of Lost. I thought it was good. A lot of the people in Lost have been in Walking Dead too, haven't they? Is Maggie? What is her name? Maggie Grace, is that her name? She plays Althea. Is that right? Was she in Lost? I think she was in Lost, right? She was in Taken, I think, which are good actually. I like Liam Neeson. He's really good. So let's see here. What else we got? AMC brought Morales back. Yeah, because of us. That's true. We got Morales back, but then he trolled us because they killed him right after. So yeah, that's true. So that's one feather in the cap. But aside from that, no, I don't really. I have nothing to do with the show or anything like that. I'm not involved in the creative or anything. I try to be honest and tell them when I think it sucks, and that's about it. But most of the time it's good, so it's usually not a problem. Okay, let's see what else we got. Did I miss any here? I don't think I did. Gut says, Travis, Invincible similar to the Boys series. Well, actually, yeah. Invincible has some similarities to the Boys, but it's animated, so it's different enough. They're not that similar, but they're both really good. So if you like superhero stuff, you like them both. And you like Berserk, so I think you'll like the Boys, definitely. If you like Berserk, you'll like the Boys. I want to read Berserk again. I haven't read it for a while. Berserk is awesome. So Invincible is awesome too. Yeah, Dean. Yeah, you're right. Really, really good. Yeah, Eric J said the previous bonus episodes all felt like deleted scenes. So this episode, though, wow. Do you think Negan will get Rick's comic death? No, I don't think it'll be Negan. I think Negan should survive. Aaron for Rick's comic book death. Negan's too good. Just keep Negan alive permanently. Father Gabriel Stokes says Negan's backstory was beautiful. Would you agree? Well, yes, I would, Gabriel. Yes, I would. Let's see. Trading cards. YouTube doesn't like your comment. I sent it to show anyway. And the Invincible premiere had a dick doing all sorts of things. What? I don't know what you meant by that. Smiling 420 said my pay stub said Breaking Bad, but I didn't keep it because we thought it wouldn't get on TV. What? Am I losing my mind? I don't even know what we're talking about now. Somehow I lost sense of what reality is. What happened? What's going on? Where are we? What year is it? I don't know what's happening. Goodness. Okay. Well, we've gone for about an hour and a half, guys. It was a lot of fun. I hope you guys had a good Easter. Hope you had a happy Easter. Angry Greek said, damn, Near got all choked up when Negan burned the house down. Couldn't put Lucille down. Yeah, it was a great episode. Absolutely. I don't think anybody watched Fear. It doesn't sound like it to me. Maybe Here's Negan was enough. Maybe we'll talk about Fear more next week when everybody else watches it. Jay says, if Negan dies, I'll be pissed. He's my all-time favorite character, even though he killed Abraham, Glenn, and Spencer. Oh, yeah, he did kill Spencer. I forgot about that. Yeah, but Spencer was going to be a usurper, so he had to do it for Rick, right? No, he didn't have to do it. Thanks, Guts, and good seeing you. Well, guys, I hope you had a happy Easter. I hope you had some fun tonight. Want to thank you guys for joining me. I had a good time, as I always do. And have yourselves a good night, guys. Thanks for all the questions. Okay, one last one from, nobody likes Spencer. That's true, Jay. One last one from Clammy, who said, Trev, would you say season 10 is a top 4 season? Oh, that's a good question. I don't even know how to count it, considering they did bonus episodes, so it's way longer than any other season. Because you add Here's Negan, yeah, I'd say it's one of the best in total, because they did so many episodes. Here's Negan was awesome. The season was awesome even before that. So you add it on, but it's odd to compare it because it has so many episodes. The other seasons don't have nearly as many. So I like season 9, season 6, season 5, and then, season 10 because of everything they did. Here's Negan, really awesome. But then again, some of the bonus episodes weren't that good, so it kind of subtracts from it too, doesn't it? I don't know. It's a good season, that's for sure. But is it one of the best ever? It has a lot of episodes in there that are not best ever. So some of them, yes, some no. So I don't know. It depends how you want to count it. Okay, we're buffering. So have a good night, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. As always, this is Trev saying peace. Later, guys. Have a good night, guys. See you soon.